wonderful day to you. This is Owen McCafferty speaking on behalf of Professional Fusion. Again, very short little topics, some of which will be of interest, some of which could be of possible interest down the road, and some you're listening, but it just didn't hit home. Today I'd like to talk about, for those practitioners who are in their late 40s to early to mid 70s, when you're going to get a knock on the door, maybe on the telephone call, maybe an email, saying that someone just wants to visit your practice, just to come up with some ideas. Now, you may know this person, you may know the person who recommended you, but you are gracious enough to offer to spend an hour to a day or even a couple days just trying to give them an idea about your practice. Your intent is not to sell. You have no interest at all in it. You may have even told them that. And they say, well, that's okay. I just want to learn something more about a great practice. And of course, you're a very kind person and you offer the opportunity for them to learn more. Well, not everything is always as truthful as you hope it would be. And you find out after the fact that, gee whiz, this was an attempt to try to see if you can be solicited for the sale of your practice to a group. Usually it's a group that's starting up, a smaller aggregator, accumulator with some money, and they want to see what they can do to learn more about your practice and then make an offer. You really can't ferret it out, and most of the time that is the case. People don't necessarily come just to be enlightened. They usually come with an ulterior motive. Now, look at the realism of the transaction. Sometimes they're members of your profession, so they could be a doctor that you either had known or a doctor who had sold their practice, and that's always a warning sign because they receive a commission for bringing a great practice like yours into the fold. And when you ask them their opinion, especially when their opinion affects their commission, you're going to have some problems. So the moral of the story in this issue is don't disclose things that could be an adversarial relationship down the road. I know everybody comes in and they just want to gain some information, but when you find out that they really are interested in buying your practice, then the negotiation changes. So they may be very friendly to you, but keep in mind when they have an ulterior motive, they want to take advantage of that opportunity to gain your practice at a low price. So if you find yourself in that situation where in the course of the time, at the end of the conversation, they say, Doc, just wanted to let you know how much we appreciate the opportunity of learning more about your practice and that there's some things in here that we thought that were really fresh and unique. And we would like you to join our team. So what's it going to take to bring you into the fold of our group? So your response back is that God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So what you would recommend, if this is something you want to find out about, that they make an offer to you of the highest and most attractive offer, because you have other options and you've been talking with other people, and you don't go around like you would a used car salesman in order to negotiate price. Give you their best offer up front, and you'll consider it. Of course, you have to talk with your spouse, with your family, with your CPA, your attorney, and then you'll get back. But you want to stress to them up front that all of these explorations from an offer are expensive to you. So you don't want to deal with the lowball offers that come through. Keeping in mind that when you started this whole conversation, it had nothing to do with buying into a practice. You might say, well, I'll be rather disappointed because I was told that was not the case. I would say 8 out of 10 times when someone asks to come in, especially a senior doctor, and review your practice, or a person who is not a doctor, but if you want to call them a carpetbagger who comes into your practice in order to see what they can do to make an offer, don't be surprised if that ends up being the result. So the purpose of this short video is just an instruction that when someone does come in and they want to talk about your practice and learn about your practice, you believe, number one, that they are not going to be disclosing your trade secrets or your professional secrets to a competitor, and number two, that the purpose of the visit is instructional for them. Last thing I want to just remind you about is that when your staff sees a stranger come into your practice, regardless of how you will try to dress it up, they will be concerned that you're trying to sell. Now, your staff knows that if you get paid a significant fee for your practice, the purchasers of the practice are going to have to make up for that fee by making adjustments in staffing and, of course, in fees and price. So don't be surprised if all those come about. So this just happened on Saturday in a discussion with a good friend, longtime friend, longtime client. And I just tried to basically give him some background the same way that we would give background. That's my son Hugh, that is my partner, that just came through. So let me know how things are going, just to keep your eyes peeled towards issues. And remember, you've got a great practice, and somebody, somewhere, at some price, wants it. All right, this is Owen McCafferty, and again, I want to thank Professional Fusion for allowing me to participate in their network and be available for another short discussion at a future time. So you take care.